Welcome to Ida's Kitchen. Bienvenidos. My name is Ida Lugo McAllister, and I am going to demonstrate how to prepare pulled pork with the Ninja Foodie Deluxe Pressure Cooker. Read your pressure cooker user manual in its entirety. We love our traditional pork sandwiches and Cuban sandwiches. Both sandwiches are prepared with pulled pork. When I lived in Puerto Rico during the 1970s, they were always listed as a menu item in many restaurants. My husband's family's from the South, Alabama, so he makes delicious barbecue pork sandwiches as well. For this recipe, I will be using bone-in pork shoulder butt roast, which is the upper part of the entire pork shoulder, and it's great for pulled pork. The bone will provide a juicier and a more flavorful meat. You can, however, use boneless pork shoulder. Searing the meat is an optional step. Let's start with preparing the marinade for the pork roast. In a mortar, add 8 garlic cloves, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of oregano leaves, 8 teaspoons of light salt. Using a pestle, crush together all the ingredients. We just finished crushing all the ingredients together. Now we can pour 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and 1.5 tablespoons of white vinegar. Blend the ingredients until a paste is formed. For this recipe, I will be using 7.52 pounds of pork shoulder butt roast. Since I plan to shred the pork after it has been cooked, it is recommended to remove the top skin to allow the flavors to permeate. Rinse the pork shoulder butt roast. The next step is to score the surface of the pork meat by making slits approximately 1 inch wide and 1 inch deep using a sharp knife. We can now fill the slits with the marinating paste. Since the bone is located in this area, I was not able to make deeper slits. can also press the marinade into the slits using your finger. Make sure to rub the entire pork roast with the remaining marinade. After applying the marinade to the entire pork shoulder butt roast, place in a roasting pan and cover with lid. Refrigerate for 4 hours or overnight. We are ready to pressure cook the pork roast. Remove from refrigerator and place into the pressure cooker pot. Pour 1½ cups of low sodium vegetable stock. Place lid into lock position. Turn the pressure release valve to seal. Let's turn on the power. Select the pressure function, which automatically sets the temperature to high. Press the time button and turn the dial to 2 hours and 30 minutes. Press the start and stop button to begin the cooking process. PRE means the unit is starting to build pressure, which can take several minutes. When the unit is fully pressurized, the 2 hours and 30 minutes cooking time will start to count down. The pork butt roast is done. The unit will automatically switch to the keep warm mode, counting up. Now we need to allow the pressure to naturally release for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes of naturally releasing the pressure, turn off the keep warm mode. Make sure to power off the unit. The last step is to turn the pressure release valve to the vent position for a quick release. When the pressure is completely released, the float valve will drop down. We can now remove the lid. The pork roast is very juicy and tender. Remove the pork roast from pot. I would recommend to insert a meat thermometer to check for doneness. The internal temperature should register between 165 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. When I picked up the pork roast from the pressure cooker pot to transfer onto the baking pan, the meat is so tender that the bone fell off. Let me put this aside. And look, the meat falls apart when you touch it with the fork. Shred the pork meat with 2 forks, pulling in the opposite direction. You can pull the pork into thin or thick shreds according to your desired size. how tender. And it looks very, very juicy. The pork shoulder butt roast has been shredded, also known as pulled pork. The pulled pork can be used for a variety of menu items from different cultures. For instance, Puerto Rican pork sandwiches, Cuban sandwiches, and Southern barbecue pork sandwiches. In the near future, I will be creating several cooking videos for the sandwiches mentioned in this video. For your information, I prepare the pulled pork in advance. It is then packaged and stored in the freezer. This way I can prepare my Latin and Southern pork sandwiches at any time. Let's taste the pork meat. It is so juicy and tender with lots of flavor. ¡Qué rico! You can season your meat according to your taste. I hope you have enjoyed watching my YouTube video on how to prepare pulled pork using the Ninja pressure cooker.